What is going on, guys? My name is Taylor Stuber, and I'm here to break down some of my favorite plays on the 7-game preseason NBA slate on Draftkings and Fanduel.com. If you guys are new here or haven't done so already, make sure to subscribe, like this video, and then comment down below any questions that you have. I'll make sure to come back and answer as many as I possibly can. If you guys want to join my free Discord, we have 1,400 people in there. That is linked down below. If you want to know exactly what I'm playing on Fanduel and Draftkings, with full FanDuel lineups, you can subscribe to my Patreon link down below as well. And then make sure to give me a follow over here on Twitter at Taylor Stuber, linked as well. But yeah, we have a couple plays to go over. And then my free sports bet of the day will be posted at the end of the video. So make sure to stick around for that. We got back into our winning ways. In the last video, we had Pacers +2 rather. And we took the money line as well, and they ended up winning by like 20 points. It was an easy victory today, and I have a strong lean again today. But we will start with one of the most expensive players on the slate, and that is going to be one Joel Embiid. If you go back to last year without Ben Simmons, without Tobias Harris, well, first of all, I mean, they're going to be without Tobias Harris, Ben Simmons, but as well as that, it's going to be Matisse Thybulle, Shake Milton, Seth Curry, Grant Riller. So they're losing a bunch of their shot takers and shot creators. So the ball is going to be in his hands almost for the entirety of the time that he is out there. He played 20 minutes last game, and he stepped foot on the court in the third quarter. If I knew that he was going to step foot on in the third quarter, I would play him every single time. So we ended up playing him. He underperformed in those 20 minutes. But I'm going to be going back to the well with him. I'm not scared of that recency bias. But if you take Ben Simmons and Tobias Harris off the court last year in 168 minutes, he has a 47.4% usage rating, a total rebound percentage of 25.3%, with an assist percentage of 31.6%. All of those rates end up leading the team in an absurd DraftKings per minute rate of 2.07 fantasy points per minute. I think that he ends up playing about 22 minutes tonight in a pretty decent matchup. So I absolutely love Joel Embiid today. Picking between him and Yusuf Nurkic is pretty difficult. You could play both on DraftKings easily. On FanDuel, they took away multi-position eligibility, so you're going to have to make a decision. I like both a ton today, but if you tell me ahead of time that Joel Embiid is going to play in the third quarter, I'm going to be playing him. And we got news before the last game, just like 10 minutes before, because one of our Discord members, Matt, he is a tout in there. Shout out, Matt, for doing this. He hounds all the reporters pretty much all day, and he ended up finding that they were going to play into the third quarter, Tobias Harris and Joel Embiid, that is. And so if we can get some kind of news like that, I will make sure to post it in the Discord, the Patreon, and we'll talk about it on the live stream. Because he would be an absolute lock if that's the case. But I do tend to believe anyways that he's going to play into the third quarter, but probably low 20s minutes. But that's all he needs. 22 minutes is more than enough for him. And then if you go ahead and take Shake Milton off the court, you don't really get a very big sample size for Joel Embiid, but you do get a pretty large sample size for Tyrese Maxey, 336 minutes. Without Milton, without Ben Simmons, he is going to be the de facto point guard on this team. Should be the number 2 ball handling guy on this court outside of Joel Embiid. He has a 30% usage rating and assist percentage of 26.6% while averaging 1.17 fantasy points per minute. He is only $5,300 at the point guard position. Now, it is a very stacked position today on DraftKings and FanDuel, but DraftKings, you're going to have to make a decision. Are you playing 2 centers or are you playing 4 guards? Because there are plentiful amount of guys at the guard position, but I think Tyrese Maxey, given his price, is probably the best of the bunch. And then at one of the weakest positions on the slate is small forward, and we really don't have all that much great value that is sub $5,000. But one guy I did want to mention is Larry Nance Jr. at $4,700. I'm expecting him to grab the start today. The Trailblazers are going to be without Damian Lillard, without CJ McCollum, Cody Zeller, Nasir Little, Ben McLemore, and Norman Powell. Tony Snell is also questionable, so I'm expecting him to grab the start today at either the 3 or the 4. and should have a pretty good time in the minutes that he's given. Whenever he's given real minutes, he usually produces, especially in spots where his team is currently depleted. We've seen that time and time again with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now he's on a new team. Maybe they want to give him more of a look. And they ended up playing their guys like Yusuf Nurkic, Robert Covington, low 20s minutes last game. I think that those minutes get ramped up a bit, and they haven't played in a full week. They've only played one preseason game so far this year, and that was against the Warriors exactly a week ago. So these guys are well rested today, like Larry Nance Jr. at $4,700 at one of the weakest positions on the slate. Now, before I get to my free sports bet of the day, a word from our sponsor. Now, my favorite sports bet of the day is going to be the Charlotte Hornets +8 at +100. I know the team is pretty depleted right now without Terry Rozier, Gordon Hayward, Kelly Oubre, and Mason Plumlee, but I do know that they are going to play what guys they do have pretty deep into the third quarter, especially LaMelo Ball, who can lead this team to a victory. Honestly, the money line is very well in play. The Miami Heat, they rested their guys last time out, but Eric Spoelstra, if you looked in years past, really never extends his guys into the second half. So we might only see one half of these starters from the Miami Heat. And then in the third quarter, the only key role players that they've extended have been Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson, which they've been good, especially Tyler Hero. But I think that the deeper bench guys of the Charlotte Hornets, specifically James Bouknight, can carry this team to a victory. And the deep bench of the Miami Heat is actually very, very banged up. They're missing a bunch of guys like Gabe Vincent and KZ Okpala. They're key deep bench guys. And I think the Charlotte Hornets can outperform them in the second half and get within +8 points to cash us out at +100. But if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like, subscribe to Pub Sports Radio. I will be live streaming 30 minutes before lock on my personal YouTube channel. That is linked down below. Make sure to give me a subscription over there. And yeah, man, we're reaching 1,500 subscribers over there. So I appreciate you guys being over there each and every day. But I'm going to continue to put out this content every single day on both of these YouTube channels. But yeah, I wish you guys the best of luck today. And until next time, peace.
Where's the bang, Preston? Come on.
I can't breathe.
Pub Sports Radio. Come find us in Southtown 101. Subscribe on YouTube and all platforms where podcasts